Hey guys, Christina Lane here from Dessert4Two.com. I've been scaling down recipes for nearly a decade so that you and I can enjoy our favorite desserts without the leftovers. If you know me well, you know that I love lemon desserts. I will take a lemon dessert or lemon pastry over chocolate any day of the week. Today we're making a small batch of lemon scones. The thing I love the most about small batch baking is that if you have a mistake in the kitchen, it's way less ingredients wasted. But I promise you, if you start with this scone recipe, you will have guaranteed success. Let's get started. I have a bowl here. Making scones is a little bit like making biscuit dough. I will walk you through it. This is 1 1/4 cup of flour. And then we're gonna add 1/4 cup of sugar just for a little sweetness. Scones are, kind of borderline sweet, savory, but just a little sugar is all you need. And then we'll add our dry ingredients. This is 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We actually have 2 leaveners today. We're gonna use both baking soda and baking powder because we want our scones to be nice and tall and fluffy. This is 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And then for the baking powder, I want a full teaspoon here. Stir it just a little bit to incorporate these because the next part is working in the butter. This is the part that reminds me of making biscuits. This is 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna chop it up a little bit to help it get evenly dispersed in the flour. And if you have a pastry blender, awesome, use this. If you don't, 2 knives are great. So just get your butter evenly distributed. At first it's gonna stick to your pastry blender and that's because it's cold. And it's fine, we want it to be cold. When the butter is about roughly the size of peas all the way through your flour, you're done. Keep scraping the butter off your pastry blender, kind of give it a feel, smear the butter through the flour. I like using my hands the best. This way I can really feel the butter. Okay, I think we're there. It's shaggy. If you crumble it, you can still feel the butter. Now we need our wet ingredients. I need 1/3 cup of heavy cream. It's a little decadent, but that's what makes them the flakiest. And then I want you to kind of look at it by eye. I usually add an extra 2 to 3 tablespoons beyond this 1/3 cup. It needs to come together into a dough ball easily. So let's start with 2. Stir this together. We have 1 more wet ingredient, and that is just an egg yolk. Reserve the egg white for another use. I actually have my recipes on my blog split up by egg yolk, egg white, because when you're small batch baking, you're gonna have leftover portions. Put a little lid on this, refrigerate this, use it for something else, and then stir it together. You'll see it's starting to clump. I still think it needs an extra tablespoon of cream because the bottom of the bowl has a lot of dry flour. Since we're making lemon scones, we should add lemon zest. I only use the lemon zest in the actual scone. We will use the lemon juice in the glaze, but the flavor of the lemon is actually in the zest. That's where the oils are. So just by using the zest of 2 lemons, these will taste like lemon. Okay, and then save these for the glaze later. This dough looks great to me. It's clumping together. There's no dry, floury bits. I want you to line a small baking sheet with parchment paper. That's just so the scones don't stick. And then directly from the bowl, just gather it into a ball and put it in the center of your baking sheet. So gather it together and then press it flat into a disc. We're gonna slice this into quarters so that we get 4 even-sized scones. I think that's the perfect amount for 2. Just about maybe 4 or 5 inches. And then we need a knife to cut them into 4 equal pieces. After you cut them, we're going to space them out just a little bit. They will spread a small amount in the oven, but the main reason we're separating them is so that every edge gets nice and golden brown. The crispy, crusty edges are the best part of a scone. We need to brush them with a little extra heavy cream. Make sure you brush every exposed side of the scone with cream. And then I have a little secret to make your scones just like the ones at the bakery. It's this coarse sugar. Sometimes it's called turbinado sugar. It's very coarse and crunchy. Just sprinkle them on top. And then these go into a 400-degree oven for about 13 to 14 minutes on the middle rack. Keep an eye on them. You'll know they're done when the bottom layer is starting to get golden brown. Our scones just came out of the oven. You can see the brown crust on the bottom. That's how you know they're perfect. Let's make our lemon glaze. In a little bowl, I have about a half a cup of powdered sugar, and then it's time to use the juice from the lemons that we zested earlier. Just half a lemon should do it. And then a little splash of cream. And then whisk this together until it's nice and smooth. If you can wait till your scones cool, your glaze will be the prettiest, but I like to glaze these warm. Just drizzle it on top. And then I like to put 4 little slices of lemon on top. There you have it, a small batch of lemon scones. For the full recipe, visit dessertfor2.com.